And we'll get going. Hello, my name is Joe Stevenson. Welcome once again to God, what is this called? I can't even remember the name of it. Interesting people, interesting answers. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's epilepsy. That's short and long-term memory loss. That's a bit of info for you. It's one thing I have to deal with. Anyway, yeah, I'm here today with Dennis Queen. Hello, Dennis. Nice to see
Hi.
you.
It's
Thank you.
lovely to see you, Joe.
Yes, you too. It's an honour to have you. It really is. Very important figure in Manchester. I see you as a part of the Greater Manchester Coalition of Disabled People like me, and DPAC as well, Disabled People Against Cuts. So you certainly put your effort in, and it's much appreciated by me at least, and many other people I imagine too. So anyway,
Yeah, I get about a little bit, yeah.
Okay, well, it's just a few questions I want to ask Dennis today, so I'm just going to get started with that, really. Can you just tell me a bit about yourself? That's where we start.
Okay. Let me see. I'm 47. I live in South Manchester in Burnage. I live with my lovely wife Phoebe and 3 children, one of whom's an adult now, and the other 2 who are 15.
Right.
And 2 cats. And I've got a beautiful big garden. I'm very lucky here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
even though it's social housing where I live, we've got nice hedges and green grass and stuff like that. So we're quite lucky. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Sounds
me
all
really
good.
in a nutshell.
You got 2 cats. What are your cats called?
Yeah, we have our cats are called, in fact, there's one there, look, on the table. Our cats are called Panda Cat. That's Panda Cat there. And
Panda cat.
we've got, yeah, because he's got black and white with spots, but he's a cat, not a panda. He's not a kind of bear.
Of
He's
course.
a panda cat. So. And our other cat is called Dora.
Dora. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, used to have 2 cats here. Colin and Bob, we called them, but
Oh, those are great names.
oh no, I do miss them. We've got another cat who just started living with us, but he's Gizmo. That's his name now. He kind
that's
of,
a cute name.
yeah. He's a good cat. He's a good cat. Anyway, enough about cats. Let's move on.
Cats are
So
good. They're bossy, but they're good.
So can you just tell me a bit about the work you're up to at the moment?
Yeah. So, as well as spending time at home with my kids who are home educated, the other things I do are I'm involved in a few organisations, like you said, in the UK Disabled People's Movement. So I'm involved in a number of disabled people's organisations, and I'm in 2 committees now, although that's quite a new thing for me. So although I've been doing activism for more years than I'd like to count, but it's over 20 now.
Right.
I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh yeah, that I've not really done committees before. I tend to try and get involved in other ways. I think it, like with you, I'm on the autistic spectrum and I have ADHD, I think. So my short-term memory is terrible. But I've always found meetings quite difficult. It's only really when I joined committees 18 months ago, I understood really that I have access issues, and that's helped me a lot, just realizing that and then looking at finding the ways around them. So anyway, and but I've done all sorts of things in organizations, doing practical stuff like helping put together newsletters and things like that, to being involved in campaign work and doing protests. As well as that, I do some peer support as a volunteer. So I do peer advocacy, which is when a disabled person supports another disabled person to speak up for themselves. As well as that, I do a little tiny bit of paid music work, doing protest songs and stuff like that. Again, it tends to be at disability events. So that's what I do, really. That's how I fill my time up.
Yeah, protest songs. I've heard some of them before. I do like them. Quite inspiring, I have to say.
Oh, I really enjoyed that last gig that we just did together. That was so much fun.
Yeah, it
I
was
was really
good
proud
fun.
for us all to be playing that one. I really enjoyed your set, so it was good.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I've enjoyed your work too. It's like I said, quite inspiring. I'd love to do more music in the future with you, I think.
Me too. I can't wait to get back to it, because I think that's probably the last gig I did, actually. Is it the same for you?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'm really missing it.
Yeah, great. Well, okay. Next question though. What frustrates you most regarding the social issues for disabled people at this moment in time?
That's a long list of things. So
Mm.
deciding what's at the very top, in one sense, is quite hard. But I think I can probably generalize it down to I'm frustrated about the lack of value placed on disabled people's lives. And by disabled people, I mean of all ages, I mean older people, I mean younger people, I mean people with all kinds of impairments, whether we're talking about people who have mental health conditions, or people who have dementia, or people who have autism and epilepsy, people who have physical impairments, and people with visual impairments, all of us. I feel like some people are really just noticing the discrepancies between our lives and other people's, are kind of shocked at what's been going on during the COVID pandemic. But for us, it was just the obvious consequence of the pre-existing inequalities and what those would lead to. So I think, yeah, that's the ultimate frustration for me. The bottom line is that our lives as humans are not valued in the way they should be, which is just as equal to anyone else's.
Yeah.
That's very frustrating. It makes me sad and also very angry.
So, yeah, that's a good overview, really. Of I can't say that doesn't annoy me as well. It's
hard to pick one thing, isn't it?
It is hard to pick one thing. I mean, if I really put my mind to it, that's the answer I'd give. Really, I suppose it comes to you, doesn't it? Okay. Well, different kind of question here. What would you say your greatest talents are? Can you give us an answer to that?
Oh, I forgot that one was there. This is such a hard one.
Is it really that difficult?
One of my best talents is forgetting things. I have a wonderful skill for that, as it sounds like you have as well.
Oh,
I could
definitely.
win competitions. Maybe we should go against each other sometime in a kind of like forget off. If we could both remember to be there at the same time, that is. I'm very good at that. I'm also, I think, what's my best talent? Caring about people, I kind of want to say, and things, caring about the world. I think sometimes it feels like my worst trait as well, because it means sometimes I feel let down, and I think caring about things and I think recognizing that issues affect humans and society matter, that people matter, is really important. Yeah. Having to swipe away notification on my screen there. Sorry, still getting used to the modern tech.
Yeah, I know what you mean by caring. I feel like I care too much sometimes.
Mm.
I get kind of, I've been told off for being frustrated at other people who don't really like care as much as I do, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but how can you not want to help people as much as me? It's like, but yeah, it's
Well, something lovely about you, Joe, as we were talking about just before we came on air, is that, you know, like you want to make the world a better place, and I think that's something that I feel really strongly in myself as well. That
mm,
I as a young adult at 23, I nearly didn't make it. I'm still here, and I feel like I want to make that time worthwhile. You know, I
yeah,
want to feel that at least I've brought what good I can into the world, like most people do. You know.
mm, cool, great. Uh, can you remember what the next question is?
No.
It's what would you say your worst weakness is? I mean,
Oh, my weakness might be that.
yeah, yeah,
Be that
that's
as
what I
well.
think.
And that and biscuits, mainly biscuits, cake,
Biscuits,
yeah.
cake. Mm,
I think my most problematic personal weakness that I struggle with in my own life is probably being easily distracted. I find that there's times when that's caused problems that are bigger than you would expect, really, for what sounds like such a small thing, you know.
mm,
And that, again, that forgetfulness, just once or twice I've forgotten really important things that have just, they have consequences.
mm,
Usually it's not too bad, but sometimes these things have big consequences, and that can feel really frustrating, and it makes you feel stupid. And yeah, so I think that's a bit of a weakness for me, is that being easily distracted is what takes me off the path I'm supposed to be on, and then forgetting the next thing. So
okay,
mm.
fair enough.
But you have to learn to live with that. Just have 3 things on the go at once, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe just dealing with too many things at the same time or something.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I
Mm.
think if I didn't have lots of things at once, I'd probably get bored quite quickly. So maybe that's the weakness.
mm.
I've probably got quite a few, really. I'm a smoker too, so there's a long list of weaknesses, all competing with each other for top of the list at any given time.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Um, yeah, finally, if we lived our life in a world that somewhat accepted disabled people, how would it alter your lifestyle, do you think?
Oh wow! Certainly, I'd be in an immediate sense. Actually, this is a lovely question, because in an immediate sense, I feel a bit cheated, you know, because if you're a disabled activist in under sort of COVID lockdown and stuff, I've been home since 4th of March, and I hope that, and it's now, where are we at? Is it 29th of July now? Um,
Yeah.
and everyone's had time to do hobbies and things like this. And I thought, oh, I'll probably get a chance to chill out, to get some crafting done, or not. I've not had a single minute for that at all yet.
Yeah, yeah.
between resting and dealing with health conditions that you're not getting your treatments for because all the hospitals are shut. There's a constant stream of jobs that need doing in our DPOs because we need to support each other. So there's been a lot to get on with. So I've been the least bored person during the COVID pandemic. So that's yeah, that's been an interesting thing. So yeah, I feel cheated out of my crafting time. And of course, non-disabled people, as always, can do a billion things at once. They never forget what they're doing, and they can achieve them all without collapsing. So, you know, they're like, "Oh, I'm furloughed, or I'm working part-time from home. Of course, I painted the whole house. I'm learning 3 new languages, and you know, I've taught all the children how to stitch and embroider. You know, like, yeah, and you're like, what has Dennis done this week? I have stared at my phone continually, trying to get stuff done. In between talking on my phone, trying to get stuff done, meetings on my phone, trying to get stuff done. So I feel like I've been sat just like this with the handset for months. Yeah. At least I will never ever get bored. There's always a lot to do. So if we didn't have this, I imagine I would just be fighting something like a wider cause. I've often wondered if I should be more involved in what isn't single issue politics, whatever we call that, wider politics. I don't mean party politics, because that's of no interest to me. But because, yeah, it at times could be like, well, you're kind of involved in what others might see as a single issue movement, whereas actually you and I know it's a billion issues all rolled in there that we have to deal with, and nobody else is going to deal with them for us. Otherwise, I wouldn't be in this little inward-looking corner, because no other movement that I can see picks up the issues that disabled people need to deal with. But yeah, if I wasn't dealing with these, I would hope I'd found a way to get involved in activism, because I think I like what I do, although this was not my path until after I had health problems. So I was doing other stuff. I was just working in an ordinary job. So yeah, back then, so my path was going to be off doing, really quite boring stuff. So whilst my health changed and I became a disabled adult very early on in life, and that's hard from the point of view if you're used to being physically a fit person, and that's new as well. But at the same time, I've been kind of worried that my life would have been quite boring. All I did was my work, and I was in the band, so always done the music. Yeah.
Well, we're similar in that sense. I studied popular music at university, and I think I'd like go on and be a music therapist if I had a job now.
Do you think? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I think that's one thing I've come across now. Although after I left uni, I just went into jobs in administration and tried to find them for so long, and it's like, yeah, that wasn't entertaining. That's definitely not what I want to do in the long run.
Yeah, I've always loved music. I've always done music. Have you done it since you were quite young?
Yeah. I think my dad bought me my first guitar when I was about 11, I think. It was,
cool, yeah. Yeah, I didn't get my first guitar till I was 16. I had to keep borrowing everyone else's from when I was about 7. But yeah, so
right.
I just can't imagine doing anything else. And in fact, so I'd always done that on the side and prioritized it over my job. And I've always worked in what do you call it? Like I worked in unsigned bands, doing their own music rather than another field. Partly because I'm mostly self-taught, and I'm from a family that don't read music. So although there's musicians going back in my family so many generations, and I don't know what before that, none of us read music. So we've always tended to. Most of my family members have covered popular music, so that's been their interest. And my dad played popular music. His dad played popular music. His dad played popular music, and they were in the music hall before that. So basically, cheap, cheeky, cheerful, can just about play it enough to perform in public. That is what we're good at. So yeah, that's what I was doing. But we were doing writing our own stuff, and that's why I work the week, play music at the weekends, get drunk, dance, that sort of thing.
Sounds like a plan.
I enjoy music more now, really, when it has a purpose. It feels more purposeful, just doing this kind of music. So that was new for me when I came into the disabled people's movement, really starting to do music about that. because I'd not really done it before. And another disabled musician, Lee Sterling, gave me kind of kick up the bum and told me to, if I had the skills, I should turn my hand to it, you know. So
Yeah.
went away with my tail between my legs and had a little go. So yeah. And I think it's important we keep that tradition going. And one of the reasons I cover songs from other disabled musicians is because I think it would be nice for our community to begin to have some standards, and which is to say, songs that are carried on through generations. And the way to start that, because we have such a young movement, is that musicians that followed on from the first wave start to pick up those tunes and carry them on, and hopefully they'll get carried forward too eventually. Yeah. So what would I be doing? A boring job in business to business stuff and music and dancing.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Well, those are the questions I was going to ask you. Thank you for answering each of them. Interesting
welcome,
answers.
Darling.
No, it's been great to talk to you today, Dennis. It's, like I said,
lovely to see you again.
Yeah. It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's been a while with everybody, but I'm sure we will meet again. We'll play some music together. We'll make sure it's a great show.
Don't know when. That's what we'll have to do when things are finally safe for us. Have a giant big party.
Oh, definitely.
And get everyone who can play anything and sing anything or say anything or rhyme anything or rap anything, especially rapping anything. I like rap a lot.
Okay.
Get all the artists up. We should do that.
That sounds good to me.
Let's hope it's not too long after the winter coming, because I think it was last winter. Is it January we last played? January,
yeah. Towards the end of the AGM.
It won't be long.
Okay.
I can't wait, and look forward to seeing you again in person soon, Joe.
Okay. Thanks, Des. I look forward to seeing you too.
You take care, darling.
We'll end it there. Nice to see you. Thank you for watching this, everybody. And yes, goodbye for now. Goodbye, Dennis. And goodbye, all.